Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Amari Kalia and I am here with a new video. It's been a minute since I've done a sit down talking video, but I'm so excited to talk about this subject because it's something that I've been really focused on and using in my everyday life. And I thought this would be the perfect time to share what I've been doing because the world we're living in today is very hard to stay positive, to stay operating at your highest level because there's so much going on. There's a war going on, prices are high, people are passing away. There's just so much quote unquote negative / sad, depressing things going on. And despite all of that, I believe that you should still try to, in a way, operate at your highest level. And when I say highest level, I mean you are doing the things that you want to do that make you feel like you're at your best self. You're focused, you're working towards your goals, your dreams, your vision. And so I'm talking to people who are in that space in life. Despite everything that's going on, despite your current circumstances, you're still wanting to execute and do the things that you want to do to change your life or better your life or to serve others. You have a career you're working towards, you have financial goals, spiritual goals, mental health goals, whatever that is. You're just wanting to, have the mindset where, even though there's a lot going on, I know that I can still be better and be working on myself. So I'm going to tell you guys what I have been doing to operate at my highest level, to be my best self on a day-to-day basis as much as I can. Every day is not perfect, but most days I am executing, I'm being productive, I'm focused, I'm taking care of myself. And so I want to tell you guys what I've been doing. So number one, I keep God at the center of my life. And if you're not a believer, then this point may not be for you, but I'm a believer, and so I keep God at the center of my life. And I do that by praying, believing that, God is always looking out for me. He's always with me. Even when, there are trials and tribulations, everything is just to challenge me, to push me, to, grow my faith in God and to help me to become a better person so that I can help others. And so keeping God at the center of my life allows me to, in a sense, still have that tunnel vision of okay, this is hard, but I know if I keep going, God got me. I think that helps me on a day-to-day basis. And then also, I read the Bible and I pray and I meditate, and, all of those actions and those behaviors, they allow me to have a strong foundation when it comes to my morals, my values, my principles, how I treat others and how I treat myself. And so that allows me to, just making sure that no matter what's going on, I'm always treating people right. I'm always, being kind, I'm being generous, I'm giving to others. And that allows me to be operating at my highest self. I'm not selfish. I'm not the type of person where, I'm doing people wrong, I'm cheating, I'm stealing, nothing like that. So I'm always operating at my highest level, being in that sense, because God is the foundation of my life and how I move, how I operate, and how I treat other people. Number two, every single day I'm listening to some sort of motivational video, and I'm always educating myself. So with me, when I'm working out, and I'll touch on this later on, when I'm at work, I'm always listening to a lecture or a sermon, or just because I'm in the fitness industry, I'm always listening to videos that give me some new knowledge or help me further understand things that I'm doing in my career. And that allows me to just keep my mind focused. My goal is to quit my job and be operating or working as a personal trainer full time. That's what I want to do. That's what I love to do. And so with that, I'm always making sure that I'm feeding myself with that type of content. I'm listening to people that's talking about quitting your job, and I'm listening to people that's talking about, different things in the fitness industry, exercises, nutrition, stuff like that. So I'm always operating at that highest level because I'm always feeding myself with information that's going to help me to become better at my career, and just help me mentally, keeping me motivated. Like I said, when I'm working out, sometimes I listen to a Kobe Bryant video, a Floyd Mayweather video, or you know, any type of athlete that's giving you that motivation to keep pushing, to keep going hard. Those are things that I do throughout the day to keep myself, you know, operating at my highest level. And then also I'm listening to sermons, so I'm learning more about God, I'm learning more about myself, and so that's also allowing me to just stay positive and to continue to grow in my faith and just become a better daughter, a better friend, a better leader, a better, you know, future wife, everything, you know, all those, you know, roles and titles that I have within myself. You know, I want to become better in all of those roles as much as I can, because I believe that's what we're all here for. We're here to help others in any way that we can. And so I'm always feeding myself with information that's going to help me to become that person. Okay, so along with me listening to those motivational videos and podcasts, I have mentors. And I think it's very important to have mentors. You need people that you can look up to. And you may not be able to afford an actual mentor right now, or you don't have anybody in your life who you consider to be a mentor or that you look up to. Like, for instance, like my dad, I've unofficially, you know, considered him a mentor in my life. He's an entrepreneur. He's an amazing dad. He's an amazing person, an amazing husband from what I see. And I think that, you know, I look up to him, absolutely. But I also have people that I watch on social media. I have about 5 or 6 people that I listen to on a daily basis, if not every other day, pretty much every day though, that I listen to and I watch their lifestyle. I listen to what they do on a daily basis, their habits, their routines, what they do for their careers. And they are my mentors. They're my unofficial mentors, and including my pastor. Like, I go to church every Sunday. I listen, or I try to go to church every Sunday. If not, I'm listening to his live service. But I look at my pastor as a mentor. And you need people that you can learn from. You don't want to be the smartest person in a room all the time. I was telling a friend yesterday, like, I think there's 3 different levels of people you should have in your life. You have people that you teach, people that's on the same level as you, and then people that you're learning from. I believe you need all 3 levels, and I learned that from a pastor that I was listening to. And I think that's very important. So for me, my siblings, like, I'm making sure that I'm leading the way. I'm the oldest sibling, and it's a lot of pressure, but it's really not, because I'm gonna do what I need to do to better myself anyway. And so they're just gonna be watching me, and so, you know, I'm teaching them. There's people at the workplace I believe that I'm an unofficial mentor for. And then I got people that's operating at the same level as me. So, you know, my friends, you know, family members that's around the same age as me, we're all at a point in life where we're trying to better ourselves. We're growing, we're learning. You know, we all are kind of experiencing the similar things in life. And then I got people that's doing better than me that I'm learning from. My boyfriend, he is always operating at his highest self. Ever since I've known him, he's always been a very hard worker. He's always, you know, been focused and had a vision, and he's fulfilled all the things that he wants to do. And now he's at a new level in life where he's learning more information. You know, he's deep into his career. Meanwhile, I'm just now starting. So he's able to teach me a lot of things when it comes to business, and providing a service to other people, because he's a barber. He provides a service as well. So he's just teaching me a lot of things. And then, like I said, I have my mentors that I watch online, a couple of them. 19 Keys. He is a thought leader. He's an entrepreneur. He's an investor. I listen to him every single day just to get that. He's very big when it comes to our culture and, you know, being Black Americans. And so I'm just learning so much about myself and just watching him operate at his highest level. And he teaches how to operate at your highest level. He literally has a podcast called High Level Conversations. So I'm always learning new information. He's one of my mentors. One of the fitness people that I love to watch, her name is Gains by Brains. I always butcher that. Gains by Brains. She actually lives in Australia, but I've been watching her for a couple years now on YouTube and on Instagram. She just created her own fitness app, and it is like literally the best fitness app I've ever seen in my life. And so having her as a mentor, just watching her videos from the beginning, what she did in the beginning to where she is now on YouTube, and just her social media, her brand, It inspires me. It teaches me, you know, how I can be my own self in my business. And those are just a couple of people that I look up to as my mentors. And I think it's always important to have people, you know, if you're going to be on social media and you're going to be watching other people's life, call them your mentors and actually treat them like your mentors. Like, you know, when they do like Q&As, ask your questions that you have, comment on their videos and ask them questions. They may respond, they may not. You know, just treat them as if you're learning, you're actually learning from them. You're not just watching them and, you know, desiring the life that they have. You're actually wanting to learn from them and, you know, practice some of the same habits that they have, because you know that it'll help you operate at your highest self. So have mentors. Number 4, and you guys know I'm big on this, I talk about this all the time, stay away from low vibrational people. And then I also want to talk about, you know, watching the environments that you're in. So like for me, for instance, my job is very toxic. Like my workplace, it's a very toxic environment just because of the management, you know, and just the way they operate. It is very toxic, but I'm there because I'm stacking up my money, and when I quit my job, I want to be able to have some cushion money to hold me over. Most of these jobs, they don't care about you, you know, they want you to make them richer. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the whole point of this whole operation that we're in. And so I can see that at my job. Like, it's one thing to know that, but it's another thing to actually feel it while you're at work. So for me, when I'm at work, I'm having to constantly listen to these motivational videos, these podcasts, because they keep me, it's like my body is there, but my spirit and my mind is somewhere else. And it's very hard for me to be present, because I promise y'all, every day there's something going on at their job. And I don't want to go find a new job because I want to do what I'm doing on the side, which is being a personal trainer. That's what I want to do full time. And so I don't want to hold myself back and just like, oh, go find me a new job, because no, I want this to be my last job I ever work, and I'm speaking that into existence. So for me, when I'm at work, I'm listening to something to keep my mind off of what's going on. So any type of educational, mostly sermons and motivational videos while I'm at work, because there are also toxic people at work too. So like you gotta stay away from people that operate low vibrationally. So if you are the type of person like me, like you have big dreams, big goals, like you have things that you're trying to reach, but the people around you are not on that same type of time, you gotta stay away from them. Because if you want to talk about like your dreams, your goals, or whatever it is that you want to do in life, they're not gonna want to hear that. Like, let's just be real. Like, if people not on the same time as you, they ain't gonna really want to hear that, and it's gonna be very discouraging for you, and it's gonna be hard for you to operate at your highest level. So you got to stay away from people like that. Even if it's family, your close friends, like, you got to limit how much you talk to those people, because you don't want to be put down. Like, it's one thing to get constructive criticism, but it's another thing for people to tell you like, oh, you shouldn't do that, you can't do that. And it's just like something that I always keep in mind. If somebody's giving you advice and they haven't done the thing that you want to do, I'm sorry, but don't listen to them. Me personally, I'm not listening to nobody. I'm not listening to anybody who has not accomplished their own personal goals or dreams. Like, I'm not really going to listen to you like that. Now, when it comes to like certain life experiences, like, okay, I might listen. But if I go to, like, first of all, me personally, I'm not going to you about certain things. Like, that's just me. But let's just say I go to one of my coworkers, knowing they ain't started no business, they ain't did nothing, and I go to them like, so what should I do for my business? Like, how do I do this? How do I do that? They're not going to know how to help me. And if anything, they're going to throw you some discouraging words. Girl, you shouldn't start no business. You shouldn't worry about that. Like, this job. No, like, you don't need to be around those type of people. You need to be around people that have done or are doing the things that you want to do, because they're going to be able to help you and they're going to be able to guide you. But you don't want to be around those people who can't pour into you in any type of way, or they're just negative people. So Stay away from people who are operating at their lowest selves and people who are not able to have, you know, those type of conversations with you. Okay, another thing I want to talk about, and I feel like this is kind of like one of those controversial topics, but stay away from listening to low vibrational music. And for me, I'm not really going to be listening to music that got a whole lot of cursing in it, a whole lot of violence, or just like talking down on men or talking down on women, females this, bees that, niggas this. I'm not listening to that. Like, I feel like it's actually insane when you actually sit and listen to the music that our culture makes. So like this Sexy Red character, because she's a character, Sexy Red and Sukiyana, and like even like the rappers like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Meg, like if you actually sit and listen to like what these people talk about, even Drake, like if you actually sit and listen to what these people be talking about, Lil Wayne, Lil Durk, how like for men, they sit and they like be bashing women, black women in their music. If you actually sit and listen to women, how they degrading themselves, or even like how they be bashing men, like don't get me wrong, like yeah, there's men out here that ain't nothing, and then there's women out here who be doing all type of stuff, but that's not everybody. And I feel like instead of making music that's like putting us down, we need to be like lifting each other up and trying to uplift and build our community. I'm all for that. I'm not for all this like men ain't nothing and females ain't. I'm not with that, because I believe that most of us operate based on how we were raised and what we see. And so people think it's cool to do those things, and people have been through trauma that makes them operate in that way. Not to excuse it, but most of us, all of us need therapy in one way or another, and we haven't went through that, so it kind of manifests into our everyday life. And so once you understand that and you really like listen to the music that we listen to, it's like, dang, like we really be like tearing each other down. We really be like our own worst enemy, to be honest. And so for me, I'm not listening to that every now and see. The last couple weeks I like go through like my phases, but like right now I'm so locked in with my life, and I'm so focused on like this huge like lump that I'm trying to get over, that I don't want to really be involved with anything that's not helping me become better. And that's just me. Like everybody's not like that. A lot of people don't like all that pressure. To me, it's not a lot of pressure because I love what I do. So for me, like if I'm going to be operating at my highest level, I can't be listening to this music that's bringing us down. I'm trying to figure out what can I do in our community to help build us, to help uplift us, to help us grow, become healthier, become better, and to always be operating at our highest level. So I'm not listening to that music. And every now and then, like I may listen to like some R&B songs, because I love music. Like don't get me wrong, I love listening to music, and they call it secular music, and I get it. Like that stuff really do be like very demeaning, demonic. Like that music do be like very toxic. But every now and then I like to listen to like R&B songs, Bobby V, Keisha Cole. Like I like listening to songs like that, like old Usher, Chris Brown. Like don't get me wrong, I definitely like listening to that every now and then. But on a day-to-day basis, you're not gonna catch me listening to no rap, Lil Durk. I haven't heard one Sexy Red song. I've heard like on TikTok the whole ski thing, like or I don't even know if that's how you say it, but I've heard that. But like other than that, I haven't listened to no music by her. And so the only reason I bring her up is because I guess she's like the newest thing, because everybody have you, like my coworkers, have you listened to Sexy Red? No, I don't know one song by her. And not trying to be that person, but it's just like we really shouldn't be listening to that. Like I hate that she's even in this position, like because the image that she putting out is not gonna help us become better as a community. So that's just my personal opinion. But outside of that, just like limit like listening to all that like toxic, degrading music, and try to listen to more music that's more uplifting, empowering, and just helping you to like just think differently. And then last thing is to live a private lifestyle. Like don't be going around telling everybody what you finna do, what you thinking about doing, especially if you don't know if people's intentions are good for you. Like that's something that I battle with a little bit, because I be so excited about all the things I have going on. So I be wanting to, you know, tell people, but it's actually like not good, because people really be preying on your downfall. People do not be wanting you to make it. People do not be wanting you to be your best self. People be hating, and like I hate that for our community, because we all should be trying to help one another and like really like uplift our community. But to be honest, that's just not real. That's not reality. So you need to try to be that person that is, you need to be a leader, and like don't go around like telling everybody what your moves are. Just make the moves, and people gonna be like, dang, like she moving in silence, he moving in silence, he really getting things done, he ain't doing no talking, he really like getting things done, she's really like taking care of business and getting her life together. Like, don't be that person that's so quick to like announce everything. And the only reason I say it is because people really don't be wanting you to flourish and be your best self. So if you have somebody that you trust, like me, like my boyfriend, like all day I'm telling him my ideas, he telling me his ideas. We can do that with each other because we trust each other, and we're gonna hold each other accountable. Like, hey, like, have you did research on that? Have you took any steps towards that? So if you have people in your life who's gonna help you or guide you or just like cheer you on, then absolutely. But other than that, you really need to write stuff down, talk to God, keep stuff in your notes. Don't leave it in your head. Like, always write stuff down. I'm big on that. I have literally like 5 or 6 journals. Like, I'm always writing stuff down. It helps me just kind of like debrief and just get all them ideas and thoughts out of my brain. But also, like, I'm manifesting it. I'm speaking stuff into existence. I'm bringing stuff into light when I'm writing stuff down. And so just live a more private lifestyle, move in silence. Like, that's real. Like, move in silence. Don't be too much of a talker. Like, just get things done. Because really, when you talking too much, you really procrastinating. That's just my personal opinion. Like, you really just need to execute, take action, and everything would speak for itself. But like, you don't have to like speak on every little thing you're doing. So to operate at your highest level, live a more private lifestyle. I hope this video can help somebody when it comes to changing the way they think, becoming more positive, and really just like limiting distractions and staying away from things that's not helping you to become better. Subscribe if you are new here, and please like this video. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one.